Hey everybody, I know, well actually first off I just want to say no, this is not going to be my Q&A even though it is long overdue. I think at the end of the video where the intro was, I think I said I would do the answers a week after I posted the video. I don't know why I said a week. I knew from the moment I said that was not going to be able to be done. I'm going to try and do that this weekend though. There's not that many questions, which I'm actually kind of glad about, so it won't take me so long to do all the answers and everything. But this is a video I just really am thinking of on the spur of the moment. Something I've kind of been wanting to show off here for a while. Basically, since I've just recently turned 21, I have become quite the beer enthusiast. And no, before anyone makes any accusations, no, I don't drink beer to get buzzed or drunk or go out and drive, cause mayhem. I don't do that. I don't even know how much it takes to get me drunk. I mean, I've had quite a few before without even feeling lightheaded. So God knows how much it'll take to actually get me fall down, can't walk a straight line, can't recite my ABCs with a police flashlight in my eyes, drunk. But what I have wanted to show, and I will go ahead and show you now, is, let me get them all on here. My bottle cap collection from all the beers that I have currently had. Right now I have tried 15 different types of beer. I'm going to order these, so I'm going to go in order from first to most current. Just go ahead and put all the caps right here. I'll reorder them later. So, and I'm also going to give my general impression of the beer as I show the caps. So let me go ahead and try to find my first one. It's not this one, not that one, not that one, not that one. No, 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 no. What do you know? It'd be the last one that I flipped up. So anyway, see if the lighting is good enough. Okay, so here's the first cap. Let me wait for the display screen to show. See if it shows. Yeah, there we go. This is the bottle cap for Yuengling Traditional Amber Lager. It is from America's oldest brewery since 1829. And this, I have to say, I think that when I started my whole around the world in 80 beers kind of crusade thing, I think I set the bar kind of high, because this to this day is still one of my favorite beers that I've had. It's very good tasting. It's not expensive at all. A 6-pack of this stuff only costs $5.99 around here. Very, very good deal for a good beer, I have to say. So that's the first one I had, which also to this day is still one of my favorites. Second, oh, here we go. Many of you might know this beer as the Angry Video Game Nerd's choice of beers. Rolling Rock Extra Pale Lager. And this beer was made, or I don't know if it still is being bottled, by a place called Old Latrobe. And I think I read somewhere that Old Latrobe sold their rights to, I think it might have been Anheuser-Busch. I'm not positive about that. But they sold their rights to some other brewing company. And people have said that ever since that happened, Rolling Rock is nowhere near as good as it used to be. And of course, I never, since I was too young back then, and I was never really, jonesing to have beer at such a young age, so I never got a chance to taste this back when it was apparently at its peak. But it's not a bad beer. It was definitely lighter than Yuengling was, hence the name Extra Pale. But it was still a good beer. I do find it kind of funny that my first two beers that I tried were the Angry Video Game Nerds beers, Yuengling and Rolling Rock. So that was my second one. My third one was, where is it? This one. And this was one of my first when I started to discover just how much I like beer from this country. Blue Moon Belgian Style Wheat Ale. Blue Moon has got to be one of my favorite ales so far. Very, very crisp taste to it. It's a beer that you're supposed to garnish with like an orange wedge. But unfortunately, I did not have any, so I was not able to have it with an orange wedge. Apparently, that really brings out the crispness of it. But even without the orange wedge, it's really good. It's a little bit on the expensive side, not too bad. I've definitely drunk a more expensive one, guilty pleasure. But all in all, very good. And I have to say, so far, my favorite country as far as beer goes has to be Belgium. Because I've had a lot of Belgian beers, and they are by far my favorite so far. So that's Blue Moon, that's my third. The fourth one I've had, and this bottle cap is quite on the injured side. I punctured it quite a bit trying to get it off. It's also my first pry-off only bottle cap beer. Is what many consider to be a watered-down version of Blue Moon, and we serve this on draft at Beauregard's where I work. Shock Top, which is another Belgian-style wheat ale. Only thing different is that Shock Top is more has a heavier citrus taste to it. I think the orange is really more well represented with it, just from what I've heard. But we do serve this on draft at where I work, and I had a lot of people get it tonight. And I have to say, it was also really good. I think I might actually, in some aspects, enjoy this more than I did Blue Moon. I'll have to try them again to make sure. But there's only one place I've seen around here that served it in 6-packs where you could buy it, and that was out in Huntsville. Like it was in the gas station literally right next to the plaza where I work. So that was a pretty lucky find. The fifth one I had is a beer that I believe needs no introduction whatsoever. I believe it's a beer that everybody knows. Heineken. Heineken lager beer from Holland. It is a Dutch lager, one of the more famous imported beers around here. I also have to say it was probably one of the first beers that I wasn't too fond of right off the bat. It was a beer that definitely took some time to acquire the taste for. It was also a really funny bottle. The bottle has a really short neck to it. All in all, though, it was not bad. I definitely had worse beers. Would I buy it again? Maybe. It's not one of my preferred ones, but I'll probably just buy it again because, for one thing, I do like the cap. The cap is really cool. Got a little star in the middle of it. But, yeah, Heineken's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see, my sixth. This is where I kind of forget my order of beers. Oh, no, here it is. Another beer that's pretty famous around here. Beck's. German beer. I believe Beck's is also a lager. I'm not too much of an expert when it comes to discerning whether it's an ale or a lager, but Beck's is currently one of my favorite imported beers. It goes down really smooth. It tastes great. It's not too heavy. It's not overpowered by anything. And that's what I really like in beers. I love when beers have a good taste and they're not overpowered by hops or, malt flavor or adjuncts or anything. And Beck's definitely delivered on that. It was a very, very good beer. I would definitely buy Beck's again, without a doubt. This next beer, I only had to only was able to drink 3 because they got frozen in my mini fridge, and the last 3 of them were built up with so much carbonation that when I opened the bottles, the carbonation literally shot the beer at me like a cannon and got my counter quite drenched. But it was nothing too rememberable, so I'm not too... It was expensive, so I was kind of pissed about that. But, oops, it wasn't that good. And here's that beer. Harp Lager from Ireland. And this is what really surprised me. I was going for the whole Ireland beer stereotype. It's going to be good. It's from Ireland. And it was okay. Nothing too memorable. Probably won't buy it again. It was also it was like $8.99 for a 6-pack, which was a tad on the expensive side. So I probably wouldn't buy that again. Nothing much more to say about that. And next we have another beer that is definitely well known around here. Very, very well known, especially at Outback Steakhouse. I think it's pretty obvious what this is, now that I've said Outback Steakhouse. Foster's Lager. Another good beer. I've had better. It's above average, I would say. And one thing I have to say about Foster's is that it has a damn cool bottle design. It's got like blue and gold, just like the cap here. Very, very, very presentable bottle, I have to say. But it tastes also really good. Not too expensive. Probably won't buy it again, but I've heard it goes really great with a steak. Again, with Outback Steakhouse. There you go. Let's see, what do we got next? Oh yeah, this beer. Oh my goodness. I went to a place called The Wine Rack, which serves both beer and wine. The guy there really knows his stuff about beer, and this was an A-ranked beer that I got on a lot of beer advertising rating sites. And it was also expensive. It was $11.34 for a 6-pack of this stuff. And before I explain it further, here's what it is. Has to be the most unattractive bottle cap and bottle that I've ever seen. The bottle is just a label with a fish on it. And this is just a bathroom tile blue colored cap with Two Hearted Ale printed on it. The beer, of course, is called Two Hearted Ale. It's from a brewery called Bell's, which is in Comstock, Michigan. And this has to be the hoppiest beer in the world. I mean, when I tasted it, I was like, ugh, man. I mean, I think it's like double filtered or double hops. Really, really heavy. It took some time for me to acquire the taste. It tasted really good as it was going down, but the aftertaste was just so heavy with hops. Again, it was also really expensive, but on a list of top 100 greatest beers on planet Earth, it got number 36, I believe. So it got high ranking. But it's, oof, definitely takes some time to acquire the taste for it. It's just, ooh, it's like nothing but hops. My next is the first of 6 beers I got when I did the whole mix of 6 thing over at Kroger's. You can take 6 different beers and make your own 6-pack out of them, which I found was pretty interesting. And I got a beer that I didn't really have high expectations for, but regardless, I wanted to try it. And I was right not to have high expectations of it. This is Red Stripe Jamaican Lager, and I'm pretty sure everyone would know this from the commercial, like that Jamaican guy in that like sash. He's like, beer, hooray, light beer. And light is not a word I'd use to describe this. It tasted exactly like Heineken. It's like a Jamaican Heineken. I have no idea why it tasted like Heineken, but hey, as far as that goes, your guess is as good as mine. Oh, excuse me, a little yawn going there. Next, I had blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, this one. This I have to say was a really good one. And the title of the beer is not written on this one, so I have to explain what it is. This has to be one of my favorite bottle caps so far. Really cool. It's got a horse head on it with the guy's initials on the bottom. Or initials. His name written in cursive. George Killian's Irish Red. Definitely like this a lot better than that Harp lager stuff I had. Also wasn't as expensive, I don't think. I think a 6-pack of this was like $7.99 or something. That's a guess. I didn't really look at it long enough. But this is another really drinkable beer. Goes down smooth. Not too overpowering in any means. Doesn't take time to acquire the taste. Just kind of goes well with you right off the bat. So that one's really good. What was next? Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, here it is. Now, this is a Belgian beer that I've heard good things about from several people. Like on Blue Moon Shock Top videos, everyone was like, oh, you got to try this one. It's the best Belgian beer ever. And I had it. It was good. I think I like Blue Moon Shock Top better, but this was also pretty good. This one doesn't have any words on it at all, but the cap is pretty cool looking. This is the bottle cap of Hoegaarden, a spiced Belgian white beer. And you can definitely taste the spices in the aftertaste, but the cap has a really cool design on it. I do like it, kind of like a coat of arms. I think it's like got 2 knights on it. They're holding up scepters of some kind. Cool little beer. Interesting bottle too. It's got like that bubbly design around the neck. But it was another good beer, another great Belgian beer. I'm a huge fan of Belgian beers. And here's the first of the 3 that I tried tonight. This right here is Tecate. Tecate, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's a Mexican beer. This was a very light beer. Another one that goes down really smooth. Nothing really special about it. It's above average. Not too great, but not bad. It was is a really cool looking bottle too. The bottle's like red, and like the label is like red and black. So very presentable bottle. I've only got like a minute left. I got a message saying I can now post 15-minute long videos. I'm at 14 minutes now, so I got to kind of hurry these last 2 along. This bottle is from a beer called Peroni Nastro Azzurro. That was my failed attempt at accentuating the name. It's an Italian beer, and this is a great beer. Great taste, smooth finish. You know, everything about it's pretty good. And the last beer is, as a matter of fact, what I'm drinking right now. A Belgian beer I've been wanting to try forever, but they're always out of it at the place I try to get it at. Stella Artois. It's the first Belgian lager I've had, and I have to say I think I enjoy the wheat ales more, but this is also a pretty decent beer. I've heard really a lot of people get it a lot. That's why I can never get it except in like the store. And as a matter of fact, that's what I'm having right here, right now. The label's a bit messed up, but here it is. So that's my bottle cap collection. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video can post, and I will try to make my Q&A this weekend. I'll see you guys later.